Welcome to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name is David Wheatley. We're here to talk leadership in small, bite-sized and practical chunks. Enjoy. This episode, I want to ask the question, do you have the right visibility to data and patterns so that you aren't surprised? The way that we can achieve this is by having the right dashboard, the right indicators that tell us what's going on so that we're not surprised by things. But then the challenge is if we have too many indicators, we tend to wash out and not be able to see what's really happening. If we have too few, we get surprised by things that we're not following and monitoring on a regular basis. So I took a note from the dashboard of my car, and I realized that there's 3 levels of data on the dashboard of my car. And these 3 levels translate to the kind of data that we need in the workplace so that we're not surprised and that we see patterns to see whether we're going to achieve what we need to achieve. The first level is real-time data. This is things like the fuel, the speed, the temperature. This is stuff that you need to see real time. So this is happening, and so now even if you've got an electric car, this is still stuff that you need to see real time because you need to see how much fuel you've got left. You need to see what speed you're doing. You need that data real time. You need to be able to see it in front of you. The second set of data, level 2 data, is the warning lights. And this is the oil, engines, tires, etc., that are set to go on when certain parameters are exceeded or breached. So we set these so that then we know that they're green or good in between those parameters, but if they should go below or above, then the warning light comes on. And then there's the third level of data, which in most modern cars is called the onboard diagnostics. And you may have been to a garage and they shove a little machine up into the underside of your dashboard and plug it in and start talking about codes. Well, that's because they plug into your computer and can read everything else, the codes, the sensors, everything that's going on, all the data you need when you go deep. If you use that level 3 data on everyday language, everyday work, you'll get overwhelmed with the data. And so we keep that, we know how to access it, we know where it is, we know where to dig into it, but it's driven by our level 2 data when the warning lights come on, which means we have to understand what the warning lights need to be and what the parameters need to be on each of those warning lights. This is why we often track things red, yellow, and green so that we can see whether they're within or outside of the parameters. And then there's the real-time level 1 data, which is telling us exactly what's happening. This can often be something like cash flow, that know whether we're going to be able to pay the bills next week. So when you're thinking about the visibility that you have to patterns and data so that you're not surprised by outcomes later on, have you got it broken into those 3 levels within your organization? If you have, great. If you haven't, or you've got some other ideas, don't hesitate to drop me a line, send me a note, or comment on wherever you get this podcast. Thanks. That was the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name's David Wheatley. For further information about Humanergy, go to humanergy.com or check out our latest book, What Great Teams Do Great, from all good bookstores. Have a good one. Stay healthy.